Okay. I didn't know it took like 5 seconds to start that recording. Okay. Now I need to know if everybody can hear me. I just lost Ashley, so someone just tell me. Okay, we're good. Okay, so I'm pretty excited to be hosting this call, and I'll tell you what, it's like preparing for a talk in church. I'm just so nervous. But let's get started. And this cold doesn't help anything, but we'll just move on. So here's posting 101. And I'll tell you what, I got my research from other coaches, of course, who have done webinars and trainings on it. So like with anything that you prep for, I probably got more out of this than anybody. So ask yourself, what are you going to talk about when you post on Facebook? And before coaching, I would just kind of post whatever from with my family, with the boys and stuff. And now I have a focus at least. So decide what your message is. During the day, record things that happen to you. So during your workout, like if you slipped on your mat, then think that's a post. What happened in your car, just feelings that you have in your car, random thoughts, what you're doing with your family. Look through Pinterest, talk with your friends, blogs, magazines. If you subscribe to magazines and you come across something that's like an aha moment or whatever, record that, write it down. And that's what I do. I have a file on my computer and I keep pictures there. I have a document where I just type a little note to myself of something that I can post. So keep track of things and when they come to your mind, think, oh, that'll be a good post, then write it down somewhere so you can refer to it later. And on my phone, if I could show you right now, the boys have it, keeping them occupied. But I have like a stock of selfies in there. And when I see something that the boys are doing, I'll take a picture. Or if I'm looking good one day, I'll take a selfie or multiple selfies and change my shirt. I'll be honest, I change my shirt if I have to take a different selfie just to have selfies like stocked up. Because when I get to another slide, I'll tell you what you want to use those for. So think about what's popular in the news, in Google, what's trending, if you watch the news or if you subscribe to some newsletter or whatever. Think of how these things can shed light on your business. Okay, in your posts, you want to add your personality. So you got to be real. And for example, my cheat meal. Look at that big fat burger. I remember thinking, or we were talking on the way to Utah in the car, and the comment came up where people think that coaches are perfect and they never have a cheat meal or they never go off of their meal plan. But we are real people and we do have cheat meals and we do eat big fat burgers that are so good and sweet potato fries. So post about that so people know that you're a real person and that you don't eat clean 100% of the time. I'm not sure who does. So if Shakeology helps keep you regular, then don't be afraid to post about that. Like, just be honest and open. Realize that if you think it's funny, the odds are that your market does too. And if they don't, that's okay. You don't want to attract people who, those aren't the kind of people you want to work with anyway. So don't worry. I have some pretty goofy looking faces in that green smoothie. So of course it's green berry Shakeology. And anyways, so we had some fun with that. And then facts tell, but stories sell. And so the picture with my younger son up there, that day he was sick, I posted about how I can work at home when he's sick and hold him right there as I'm working on the computer, just kind of casually talking about Beachbody, that's I'm working at the computer and I'm holding my baby at home and not having to take a day off of work or whatever. Okay, subliminal marketing is the best. So I have some examples up here of my subliminal marketing. 21-day fix. Now, you all know that's 21-day fix containers, but that post I just shared portion control and how I still had leftovers, like I'm not starving myself on 21-day fix. The number 3 was my 3-day refresh post, and sharing my results from that. And none of these do I say, you should buy this product, or, hey, if you're looking to lose 30 pounds, then you should get this product, or whatever. I'm in no ways trying to be salesy. I'm just subliminally sharing. The three boys, they're drinking Shakeology with me. They have mustaches, and I made a shirt for the 21-Day Fix Extreme, and I crossed it out. If you followed me then on my journey, I crossed it out and I wrote like 18 was the next day I posted or something. And then at the last, I wrote in on the top, last day. So that shirt carried with me. Of course, I washed it in between, but I just took pictures of that. And of course, I'm sharing my workouts, not trying to be salesy at all. And then, of course, coaching, my Like a Boss post. And if you read that one, of course, I saw this on another coach's page, and you'll hear success leaves clues. I think that's how it goes. And once I heard that, I followed other coaches that were successful, and one of them did this. So I adapted it to me and found a picture that shows me working at home and being with my children. So of course I use the third person, like my boss told me I could take work off or whatever. You'll have to go back and read it. Okay. Be a river, not a reservoir. You need to share everything. Post things that are unrelated to Beachbody that might interest your target market. So all of these are random. They have nothing to do with Beachbody. Some of them solve problems. Like when you add value to people, you're helping solve a problem. For example, my towel thing, I thought that's a good idea. This towel just keeps falling on the floor. And so I did get the idea, and I'm sure it exists somewhere else. But anyways, I put a rubber band around it, took a picture of it, and it was kind of like a little mom fix it, whatever post. The soap with the Legos, just an idea for boys, just to get them to wash their hands, washing the washer machine. And then my post recently on the boys going to the doctor. And in that post, I mentioned to my followers, my fans, I said, did you know that children are supposed to get an eye exam before they're 3 years old? And some people commented in there that they didn't know that, and that they were going to go get it done. So that kind of stuff to add value. And that post got a lot of engagement as well. So, and I'll talk about this more, but as you get comments, make sure that you are responding to those comments and tagging the people that you're responding to. That helps build your affinity. I think that's what it's called. And that helps your posts show up in the newsfeed more. That's something that I learned. And last note on there, don't be a walking Beachbody billboard. So make sure that you're sharing things, and sometimes unrelated to Beachbody. Okay, post to address concerns. And I saw this one. I did some screenshots on my phone. One of the top coaches had a question and answer on one of the pages. And this is what she said. If people are concerned about money with Shakeology, post about how you personally save money to afford Shakeology and why it is worth it to you. So you have people in your messaging saying, oh, I can't afford it right now. And you have a lot of those. Well, think of how you save it up and create a picture that, of course, includes you, and share why it's worth it to you to save up. So by publicly addressing these things and showing that you are not just trying to make a sale, you gain trust. And that's what we want. We want to build trust with our customers and who are our friends and challengers. Okay, create a scroll stopper. So of course the news feed is going, and people really don't want to take time to read a lot of things, but they're just kind of scrolling. So you need to come up with a picture that's going to stop them. And one way to do that I have learned is that you take a quote from Pinterest or wherever, and you slap it on your selfie. It's just better than just posting the quote. And yes, I do use quotes alone sometimes without any picture, but a lot of the times, and more recently, I've been doing it more, but I take that quote and then I put it on one of my selfies. And then I feel like I get more engagement that way. So it could be a cool idea or anything, just put it on there. Don't take yourself too seriously. The days of pretty selfies and perfect filters are over. So you live your life on social media the same way you live it in real life. So just be you. And of course, you're going to have hard days. And when I have hard days, you'll see some of my posts if you went to my page. I don't live the perfect life. And of course, I want to share that with people. And I don't want to be like negative Nancy or downer Debbie or whatever you call those people. You don't want to be negative on Facebook. But if you have a negative aspect in your life, you can address that. But make sure that you put a positive spin on it, on how you're trying maybe to work on something or whatever. But try not to post anything negative because people are not attracted to that. And you definitely don't want to attract those kind of people. Set it and forget it. Don't spend too much time worrying about who likes your post, who doesn't, how many people it reached. You know, as long as you add value and your own personality, then the rest doesn't matter. Just give the audience you. And realize that done is better than perfect. So there's some of my pictures that I add a filter to, and some that I don't, and some that I add the quotes to, and some that I don't. But just be you and just forget about it. It's like this recording. I'm going to record it. I'm going to post the recording, and I probably won't watch it again, because if I did, then I'd go through and find mistakes. So that's the same with a post. You know, don't worry about going back to it. Just be you. And posting, the main thing that I've learned in preparing this is that you just need to be you and show you. You know, there's a lot of quotes out there. There's a lot of articles. There's a lot of anything that you can post on there, but you want to attract people to you and you want to brand you. And so if all you have is quotes and whatever, just words, no one knows who you are. They're not going to be attracted to you. They're going to say, oh, that's a cool quote, but who is this person posting it? Oh yeah, I have to look at the name. So just think about branding you. We're all different. That's okay. Pick what you're going to talk about and stick to it. So in one of my trainings, I learned that you want to choose 4 to 5 areas that fit your niche market and stick with those things. And these are mine. And a lot of coaches have the same ones. And I branch out a little bit from these, but the majority of my posts come from these categories: faith, family, fun, fitness and nutrition, inspiration quotes, all that little like extra stuff. So I'm just telling my story, and I want you to tell your story so that when I go to your wall, I know it's you and it's all about you. Okay, so I'm going to give some examples of my posts from those categories. So here's my faith, and I'm LDS, and I attend the temple, and one morning I took a little snapshot, and I, again, put a quote on top of that picture. And then I talked about how I enjoy going to the temple. So I still want to share my beliefs with people because I'm not ashamed of that. And I hope that you're not either. If faith is one of your things, that I hope that you still share that. I talk about Jesus because I believe in Christ. And so I have quotes from him. We attend church. So I was a teacher in my son's class and that Sunday. And so I took our selfies and put a little phrase on there from the song and wrote about it. So share your faith. That's sharing my faith. Family. And you'll see a lot of pictures of my family. We have a lot going on with these 4 boys. I have a child who enters the refrigerator like every 5 seconds. And I posted about that to get feedback. Hey, does any other parents have this problem? So, and I'll give these ideas later, but asking questions engages your audience. We had a potty trainer who potty trained on his own. He didn't like that sticker chart. He just did it on his own. I shared that. We have a child who is in 1st grade who doesn't always do his homework. And I was working at the computer, and lo and behold, behind me, he was doing his homework. So I documented it. I documented my little Valentine gift from my Valentine and talked about how I'd never had a spa I've never gotten a massage, so that was kind of a fun post. People like hearing about your family. And of course, my wall is not consumed with my family like it was before coaching, but I still include them because they're a part of my life. And again, people want to be attracted to you and know that you're real and that you have a life outside of coaching and outside of Beachbody. Okay, my next topic is fitness and nutrition, which of course is Beachbody, but it's not, I'm not the walking billboard, remember? So I share my workouts. And just a note, which, I've come across a few times just in comments from other coaches that videos are really what's hot right now. So one of the apps that I use is Pick, Play, Post, because I can post pictures as well as a video in the same little screen. So most of you are familiar with that. If you're not, check that app out. It's kind of fun. And you get a lot of views on that, on videos. I post my eating, the meatball thing. That was from 21 Day Fix, but I also added something new that I had tried, cauliflower rice, and asked if anyone else had, and got a lot of feedback there. My progress, those are my results right there, but make sure that you share your progress. And thanks, Breezy, I have a few on my list, but if you have any other apps that you use, go ahead and add those in the comments. People would love to see those because there's a lot out there. And so those are my results. Share your results, but share your progress along the way so people can follow you, follow your progress. And then I do other things outside of Beachbody. So I'm going to share that. I don't just do Beachbody. And if you do, that's awesome. I do run also. And so I'm sharing the race that I'm going to participate in this year. And of course, Beachbody is my cross training. So I'm going to be sharing about that as well, and the benefits of cross training. But okay, fun inspiration quotes. These are, again, some things that I threw together with selfies and quotes. And then on the right there, my power hour. And I'm just sharing how I got all this stuff done in an hour. And then I challenged my viewers, my followers, my fans to take an hour and just write a list and get as many things as done in an hour. So posting challenges for your followers that are just basic challenges. And a lot of moms out there are my followers. So I just challenge them to do that. The inspiration, I was listening to a podcast, took a selfie, slapped on the screenshot of what I was listening to, and then posted about it. So again, I'm just trying to share my life and attract people to me. Okay, so one of the top coaches used this word edge rank, which I associate with Facebook affinity. This will help you show up in the newsfeed more. And so you can post true or false questions, yes or no questions, events. You can ask your fans if anyone's attending something, fill in the blanks. You can ask for tips. And that goes to what I posted today. And I had to take dinner to a neighbor who had just had a baby. So I said those things right there. I asked them, what would you want to have brought to you? Or what would you take to somebody else? And bam, I got a lot of feedback today, which was awesome. So maybe a lot of people were just on at that time, but like 33, and even there was more after that within those first few hours. Tell a joke, ask what's your best fitness joke, ask for your followers' opinion on something. I know that I've seen other coaches post, should I wear this color heel or this heel, or what to wear, or anything, or what phone. What somebody said, should I get this phone or this phone? And she got a lot of feedback on that too. And which do you prefer more? So if you ask questions that engage your fans, then that creates engagement that you can comment back, and then that just builds your affinity, your edge rank. It helps you show up in the news feed more. Another tip that I learned that I've been doing more is a call to action. You want to call your viewers to action. Viewers, followers, I use all these words interchangeably. That the first thing to do is ask your audience to share your post or tag a friend. And in our Biggest Loser competition coming up, I did just that. I listed the information, like message me if you're interested, and please share this on your page or on your wall with someone you know who might be interested, or tag a friend. So calling them to action. Because some people, in fact, one of my coaches, her mom tagged her in one of my challenge group or what is coaching posts, and she's now one of my coaches. So you could get that word spread across when you ask your followers to do those things. And I wrote the same thing. Okay, that's doubled and shouldn't be. What the bottom one should say is, if you want to know more, if you have a blog, I have a blog. So I took this tutorial and I only listed a little bit of information. I said, if you want the full tutorial, you can find it here on my blog. And then I listed the link to my blog. So when you link to your blog, then you have your followers go to your blog and check you out and get to know you more. So this is different from posting like a link to some random web page. I'm linking them to another source that I'm in charge of. So they still are following me, if that makes sense. So excuse the double thing there, but yeah, ask them to find more information on your blog, or you can find more information on my like page. These are actually on my like page. Okay, here's my cover photo, which I plan to change just for personal reasons, but there's mine. And when you look at your wall, I want you to ask yourself these questions. What do you want people to think of you when they come to your page? That's the face of your business. And you want people to be attracted to you and engage with you. So make sure that you are seen on your wall, especially your cover photo. Now, something I am going to change is my, profile picture. And just from my research and just from following other successful coaches, they have pictures of just them. Now, if you have one with you and your spouse, awesome, good for you. I'm not saying change it, but I personally am going to, because again, you want people to know, oh yeah, that's you, Brittany. I'm the girl in the picture, but I want them to know right away, that's me. And when they see my little picture next to my comment, they'll know. They'll know who I am based on that. So that's just a recommendation. But make sure that your profile is not simply a picture of you in a group, especially with a group of other girls. Like, where are you? Who are you? So just limit it to you or you and your spouse. But just make sure that you remember this is the face of your business. And yes, it's your personal page, but this is the page where you're sharing about Beachbody. And even though it's mostly subliminal. Okay, so this is your platform. Don't let the pursuit of business suck the joy. Excuse me. Don't let the pursuit of business suck the joy away from your posts. Have fun. And that's what I've been doing as I've been researching over the past few weeks, not just in preparation for this call, but just from my trainings and stuff, that I can have fun with this. And it is super fun. It's super fun to see the engagement that I'm getting and being able to post these certain pictures. And it actually opens my eyes to things that are happening around me, because I want to share those on my wall and share about my life and stuff. So I'm ready with the phone, since that's a camera, but ready to take shots and screenshots and whatever, because I'm learning things as I go, especially personal development. Love who you are and share that with everybody. This is your own mini TV reality show and not an advertisement. And yes, you are a coach, and yes, you are sharing Beachbody with everybody, but you know that business happens a lot in your messaging behind the scenes. But as people see you, for example, my fitness posts, especially my video portions of it, I get people saying like, oh man, you inspire me, or whoa, one lady wrote, I'm just tired looking at you. I don't know, it's just kind of funny to see what people post, but even in messaging, I've gotten messages of people saying, you're kind of, you're inspiring because you're a busy mom, you teach preschool, and you still have time to exercise and be with your family and do this coaching job. So they're seeing how I'm making this all work, and little do they know that I have this huge goal to make it work. Like, that's why I'm here, is to make it work. But I'm showing that it works. And that's attracting coaches to me because they see, oh, wow, she's got a family. She teaches part-time, and yet she still has time to do this coaching gig. So just think about attracting. Like, who are you attracting? Who do you want to attract? Okay. You want to follow the 80-20 rule. Now, yes, there's an 80-20 rule with eating, but we have an 80-20 rule here that I'm going to share with you. And of course, this is not doctrine. You do what you want, but this has worked for me. You 80% of the time want to add value and share your story. So that's sharing Beachbody stuff subliminally. And like you've seen on my posts, like exercise and nutrition, that's the workouts and Shakeology. I'm still sharing those things, but I'm not physically saying, or literally whatever, saying, you should drink Shakeology. I'm not being that kind of salesy. I'm just sharing what I'm doing, and I'm sharing my results and showing people, wow, this really works when I eat healthy, drink Shakeology, and I consistently exercise. So, and then 20% of the time you want to have a call to action. And like my past slide, the call to action is to have people share it or tag people or find me on my blog. Or this call to action has to do with also invites. So the one on our Biggest Loser that's coming up, I have a call to action. Hey, if you're interested, message me or comment or like this post. That's a call to action. And that could be for challenge groups. What is coaching groups? Anything that has to do with the business side, that's your call to action. And you don't have to do that 20% of the time. But you can still share about coaching in that other 80%, like I had on my Like a Boss picture or post. Okay, here's some apps that I use. There were some that were listed on the left there. I don't use Rona Designs. I haven't, but these are recommended by other coaches. Rona Designs, Word Swag, Beautiful Mess. I use Pick, Play, Post, Flipagram, and I use Studio a lot. I like that one. So that's how I put my quotes on usually. And those are only a few. There are so many more. So I have 2 more slides. No, this is my last slide. Let me check my notes real fast because Subliminal. Oh, okay. So you want to post quality content and be consistent. And with consistency, I'm talking about be consistent with your posting and your timing. In fact, you definitely want to post every day. And that, again, helps you stay in the newsfeed and people seeing your posts. But I choose, 3 to 5 is like the general number of times you want to post, so you're consistent. And mine, I do 4 to 5 times. And my times just depend. It just depends on your audience. But for me, what works is I usually post between 6 and 8 in the morning because I'm up working in the morning, and I definitely want to get a post before I start getting the boys breakfast and get busy. So I want to make sure I have something posted. So 6 to 8 in the morning. I usually do another one between 11 and 1 o'clock. So lunchtime when people are scrolling on their lunch break. And then every now and then I'll do like a 3 to 4, but usually it's closer to around dinner time. So between 5 and 6. And then I usually do another one in the evening between 8 and 9. And that's just what works for me. So kind of pay attention to your posts and the engagement that you're getting on them and see what times work for your audience. Again, don't sell. We're not here to be those salesy people. And that was one thing that kind of I was hesitant about coaching. But once I learned that it's more about sharing, that's what really drew me in, because I was already exercising and trying to eat right. And I felt like, gosh, I can take a picture of me exercising or eating or drinking Shakeology and whatever, doing those things that I was already doing, and just share them and say, hey, I lost a few pounds, or I dropped this many pounds after baby. Like, I would felt comfortable sharing things. That's all we're doing. We're just sharing. And so if you get that mindset, then your post will come a little bit easier and you won't feel like you're that salesy person. Again, don't complain or vent. We don't want to be negative. And be real, be relatable, be you, be consistent. Again, I wrote consistent again. Post photos of you and personalize everything. And I look back through my photos from when I started coaching, and you can tell a difference. And in the last probably 20 posts, almost every picture is of me in there, or my family, mostly of me in there. And I feel comfortable with that because I'm sharing me. I'm being me. I'm showing people that this is who I am, and I'm including myself in those images. So a few things to remember when you're posting. Is it too long? You don't want to have it too long. Facebook is not like Instagram in that it's a simple scroll, but people aren't on there to spend a lot of time, and they just kind of want to scroll. So don't have it too long. See if it's entertaining, surprising. Is your photo high quality? Blurry pictures are probably not going to get very many, looking at it. People are just going to pass it out. Think if it's interesting to anyone, and if it's really interesting or not. Are you connecting with your audience, adding value? Are you being consistent? And does your audience know what to expect? For example, because I'm consistent, I bet people are like, okay, I'm looking for that exercise post that she's going to do. Or I want to see what her kids are doing today, because that's what I do. And so they expect that. So as you brand yourself and gain followers on Facebook, you attract people to your business. Okay, that is all that I have. The last thing I want to leave with you is just remember, success leaves clues. And so if you're a newer coach and you're not following some successful top coaches, I recommend that. You don't want to follow every top coach, but I would choose a few. And there's a list in one of the files on those people. And you'll become familiar with more top coaches as you are in the business. But follow them, see what they do. Obviously, don't copy what they do, but look and say, oh, all right, I can do something like that. And then go back to your page and post about it. So now, any questions? I know I went fast. Okay, I don't know how long. I guess if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Or, yeah, cricket. You're welcome. I will post the recording. Thank you, Kimberly, for taking 4 pages of notes. Okay. I will post the slides as well. I had fun making notes. Okay. You're welcome, everyone. Thanks for being on. And if you have coaches who were not on this call, when I post the link, will you please tag them? I just want to get the word out, and hopefully this can help some of you if you're questioning like how to post, what to post. So, okay, I'm going to stop the recording.